Hi there. Welcome, my dear Taurus, and anybody else who felt called to watch this video. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I go by Venusian Vibes, and I'm about to get into your December love and spirituality reading. So I have already shuffled the deck for you guys. I am going to begin by lighting your candle for you. I do these candles, make a new candle every month for my monthly readings. And for the month of December, I've chosen to imbue this candle with a healing energy from Archangel Raphael. Wow, that's really quite a flame there. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's the first time the candle's done that. Okay, so I'm thinking that that's significant for you guys. I'm thinking that there is a lot of passion going on for you in your life. This is a December reading, so in December you're going to be experiencing a lot of passion. I'm getting the word intrigue as well. So I'm going to open our reading by pulling getting a oracle card for you from the Dear Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, and out has come two. Very interesting. We have adventures, okay? Adventures. And then we have underneath power, okay? So there is our flame right there. Power. Okay. And here I was saying passion. Well, we'll see if passion works its way in, but how is passion and power linked? Adventures. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting, my dear Taurus. I'm going to put adventures came first and power was underneath. So I will move the power over here. My plant is a bit in the way, but I think that is a good place for our power card. Okay. Move this a little bit more in the centers. Symmetry is so important, especially with this card as the flame draws down through that light. Okay, beautiful. All right, my dear Taurus, I am going to tune into your energy a little bit and split the deck for you. Okay. Interesting, two splits. You are full of surprises, Taurus. We have Temperance here. It's in the reverse. And the World in the reverse. Now, the reading I just did for Scorpio also had the World in this position in the underlining energy for the month of December, but it was upright. So here we have it in the reverse. So this is very interesting, very powerful. The World Major Arcana. I'm thinking that you guys are going through something very intense in December. So let's get a look into what this is all about. Okay. We have the Hermit. I think that, you know what? Scorpio had the Hermit card. Did Scorpio have it? No, the Hanged Man. I think it was Cancer Cancer had the Hermit card, and I believe it was in this placement. Okay. The King of Wands in the reverse, sitting in your consciousness. Okay. Interesting. Trying to get these even for you guys. I think that symmetry is super important, and we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Symmetry is important. A lack of symmetry can actually become a distraction, so I like to create symmetry. Okay, the Ten of Cups, that's beautiful energy. Very beautiful energy. You know what? Cancer had the Ten of Cups as well. Are some of you guys dealing with a Cancer person? That would be the water sign of Cancer. And then the Queen of Cups in the reverse. That's also very Cancerian energy. And then we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. And Scorpio actually did have the Hanged Man, so another water sign. So, some of you guys are dealing with water signs. And then in your past, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, and Cancer, or my mistake, Scorpio had the Ten of Wands as well. So, yes, water energy. Either you have a lot of water in your chart, or you might be dealing with a water person. If that's the case, then this might extra resonate with you, but it does not have to be the case. I'm just drawing connections. Okay. Very interesting spread here. All right. Just give me a second to see what we have. Okay. I'm feeling called to read this Power Oracle card first thing. I usually wait till the end to read these cards, but I'm going to read the Power card right now. Where is that card? Power. Okay. This is your time. This is the time to claim your power and step into your potential. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will be without fear. You might feel uncertain, but do it anyway. Be courageous. Let the world hear your voice. Take a stand. Stand up for yourself and for others. Share your passion. There's that word passion. Teach from the heart. Write, and your words will have great meaning. Hold your body as if you are incredibly valiant, noble, and brave. After all, you are. Okay. So this is pointing to you needing to hear that. So it means that you have not been feeling powerful. You've been feeling quite burdened. Quite emotional. Very emotional. And disappointed. And disconnected. Those are the feelings I'm getting here from the past. Most notably is the Ten of Wands representing burdens. I think these burdens have been weighing you down. And it's time to move on. And it's time to lighten the load a little bit. So we have the King of Wands in your consciousness. So this is the energy that you possess, that you are aware of. This is the opposite of power. It is someone who is feeling not only burdened, but extremely, powerless. They're feeling like the King of Wands in the upright position. You can see the lion in the background. It is symbolic of bravery, intensity, strength, passion. I want to say intensity. Did I say that already? Well, intensity. I'm being drawn to the gecko that is on his shirt. Okay, for some reason I'm getting that as a Taurus symbol right now for you guys. I don't know why, but I am. This gecko. Does someone out there like geckos a lot, or something about a gecko? I've never even noticed that before on his shirt, so I'm getting called that somebody likes geckos or feels like their spirit animal is a gecko, something like that. So anyways, this is how you're feeling. And you're aware of this. You know that you're not feeling in your power. So I'm thinking what's happened is something is not working out as you thought it was going to. I think a lot of you put a ton of effort into wanting something to grow. And you wanted a lot of returns from this. And I'm thinking you've put a substantial amount of time into it, whether it's a project, a relationship, a cure. I don't know why I'm hearing a cure. A cure for loneliness, a cure for Oh, interesting. Okay. So you're looking at something in terms of trying to cure the things that you're unhappy with in your life and putting energy into it, but it not working out, and you feel like you're back to where you were in the beginning. And you just feel like the things that you want to manifest in your life, no matter how much energy you put into it, is just not working. And it's making you feel powerless. It is making you feel burdened that you are doing all this hard work and labor, not necessarily literal labor, though I think a lot of you are working very hard. The labor is, I'm getting not just physical in a physical sense, but it is emotional labor. It is a lot of mental energy that you're putting into an outcome or something you want to manifest. But it's not. And it's leaving you feeling like there's nowhere to go. Okay? It's making you feel like you've wasted time. But there is a silver lining here. And we see it over here on the left. The Ten of Cups. The Hermit in the upright position. I think your power is in withdrawing and focusing inward. Maybe doing research. Maybe learning about something. Maybe just trying to problem solve, trying to figure out where to go from here. Maybe trying to readjust your values, because there's something that is not integrating. There's a disconnect between you and the world around you. A lack of integration with the Temperance here in the reverse. And it's a very powerful energy with the world and the Temperance in the reverse for your underlining energy. The Five of Cups in the reverse, massive disappointments here. She's kind of getting a loneliness vibe from that card as well. So there's a massive disconnect between you and the world around you as you experience, but it's not what you want. But I'm thinking the reason why it's important to point it out is because this disconnect is contributing to why this thing is not working out, because you're not getting what you need from the world. And this has been a theme for many signs for December. It's all about support and not getting the support that you need to make something happen, and then feeling overburdened trying to go at it all by yourself. Or maybe you're getting some support, but it's not the kind you need. It's not what you truly need. So we need to get in touch with what we really need from people in our lives and what we need from our environment. When we get in touch with our true needs, because someone might be trying to help you, and I'm almost getting a sense, I'm being called to say this, though I'm not picking it up from the cards, I'm just getting called to say that some of you guys are dealing with someone who might try to help, but they're actually not helping in the way that you need. You need support in a different way than what they're giving you. So it's actually leaving you feeling almost worse off than if you just didn't have it at all. Maybe they're giving a lot of advice. Maybe they're trying to cheer you up, something like that, but it's not what you actually need in order to be assisted and to feel supported. So we need to get in touch with what is going to make us actually feel supported, and then communicate that with our loved ones. There's a huge promising sign here with the Ten of Cups. I do not know yet if this Ten of Cups is a real life circumstance that you will find yourself in, or if it is wishful thinking, because it sits below the Hermit, which is all about it's a self-involved state when we are in the Hermit energy. but it's involved in our internal worlds and our own learning and about ourselves. Is tied to revelations. Is actually tied to the Hanged Man, for me anyway. But the Hanged Man's in the reverse. Isn't that interesting? But the Hermit's not. Okay, I'm getting a sense of entrapment here. And that's why we have on the one hand, something is important to be gained from retreating and going inward. There is information, revelation available to you from taking this step. But there's also, on the other end, a sense of entrapment. Feeling like you can't get out of a situation that you're in. So, that can also mean an emotional state that you're in, and it can also mean a fantasy that you're in, with the Ten of Cups here, and then with this Queen of Cups. So let's get into this Queen of Cups. She sits in your subconscious. So this is energies that is inward inside of you that you're not aware of. And for me, it's the most important position of this reading. For me, because I love doing spiritual work. Though this is a love and spirituality reading, a lot of people like to watch my video for getting the information on their love connection, which I will get into when I start to see somebody on the board here with the clarifications, but so far I'm not. But this for me is the most important position. Now look at this Queen of Cups. She is calling upon the divine for answers and for connection. And she sits in water because she is so full of emotion, but in a good way. She's in touch with her emotions. But we have her in the reverse here. So I'm getting a real feeling of an overflow of feeling that is sitting below the surface. But that is not being able to actually flow to the surface, if that makes sense. So I'm getting a sense of, with these two cards together, just from the visuals, I'm getting this energy of a dry desert, and there is this pool of water below the surface. And I'm even getting a vision of a turtle who is, and this is something that turtles actually do when they're in the dry areas, digging slowly into the sand to create like a little puddle for the water to go into, like building itself a little well or something like that. And I think that's what needs to happen here. And it's funny that it's a turtle, because turtles operate in a very slow manner, just like how a Taurus does. Kind of a slow moving type of deliberate acts, that you think through before you make these moves. And that's what you're all about, is really thinking before you do, and making sure that all your ducks in a row and everything's going well. And I think you have been doing that. Things haven't worked out, and you're like, why is this not working? But there's just a lot going on here below the surface. And I remember, yep, there's the moon right there. So here she is, completely underwater. So I'm thinking, very recently, you've become, and this can be in November, becoming overwhelmed with emotions to the point where they can't. You're being quite literal, like as she is literally sort of almost drowning or wading in the water. I feel like you've had a breakdown, and it could still be happening later in November if it hasn't yet. But it's just when there's so much repressed feelings just coming up to the surface that suddenly they're overflowing and overtaking you. It's a good thing. It feels painful, but it's a good, if that type of thing happens, it feels good. To let it out. So now you're in a different position in December where now you're halfway above the water. So I'm thinking there is a time period leading up to December where you felt completely overtaken by your feelings, almost immobilized by them. But then in December, things are starting to simmer down a little bit, and you're feeling a greater connection to your feelings, but there's still a lot there. And I'm getting a sense, and this goes back to the feeling of power. Where do you derive your power, and what makes you feel powerless? And I'm thinking that this tendency to repress your feelings is actually contributing to you feeling powerless, though you might feel or think the opposite. You're thinking I might think the opposite, but it is when we can experience our feelings to the fullest that we can actually generate a lot of power. And I think she is generating a lot of power if she were upright. So we have both of these in the reverse. And it has to do with something also not working out. Living in the stagnant energy now. Feeling a sense of entrapment, like you're powerless to get out of the situation that you're in. You want to walk away. You want to drop the burdens. Drop all those things that are making you feel off-centered almost, like you're having to do way too much and get so little return. I'm noticing now these wands lighting the way. There is support. It's just something that requires more effort in communicating what you need from people. Okay, I'm going to get into clarifications before I just keep going on and on. Okay. All right, can I please get some clarifications for my dear Taurus? Okay. The first card that comes out, we have the King of Wands, once again, also in the reverse. Okay, and that thing just spun out from the top, so that is significant. Now, there is a story behind the King of Wands. And it is somebody who has worked themselves nearly to the bone. They've worked hard in order to get themselves where they are today. They are completely self-made. But they don't feel the confidence that they should, given what they've accomplished, if that makes sense. This is the storyline I'm feeling for you, having both of these the same card twice. Yes, this is powerlessness, but it's not recognizing your value. You are a self-made person, and you've worked hard, and maybe you've had some disappointments along the way. And now you don't really know what to do with yourself, I'm getting for some of you. But I think that there is every reason to feel confident in yourself. And what's the word I'm going for? Confident and not self-respect is not, yes, self-respect, but there's another word that is just on the tip of my tongue, but it's about how we value ourselves. And I guess what I want to say is that you have every reason to value yourself to the highest degree because you've accomplished a lot. And now we have the Two of Swords. Okay. So yes, there's more of that energy of not knowing what to do next, not knowing what move to take. Something has not worked out, or you're going to find out in December it's not working out. And so you don't know where to go from there. There's a stagnant energy. And I think it's time to access your feelings more. We have the water behind this lady. She's facing away from the water. She's blindfolded. So your truth lies in your emotions, which is represented by the water. So we can't turn away from our emotions. We can't blind ourselves from the truth of our feelings. It is now the time to really focus on accessing all our deep, deep well of emotion. Can I get 2 more clarifications? Okay, beautiful. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, and it sits above the 10 of Cups. So there is somebody in your life. Now, this can be a romantic partner, but it can also be representative of family. And there is an equal give and take here. There's definitely someone wanting to give you whatever it is that's going to make you happy. And it is, I'm thinking that I'm getting a message that there's no reason to feel lacking, because you have this person, at least one person in your life, who wants to give you everything that you need right now. Can I get one more card, please? Okay. Okay. So I had a few cards come out, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So that is this card here, the 7 of Pentacles, but this time it's upright, okay? So what this means is that it's representing to me what's the word, like, so it doesn't happen immediately, and you think that all is lost, and you're feeling like nothing is coming to fruition. Whatever you've put your time and energy into, whatever your hopes and dreams are, represented by the star here in the past, you feel like it's not happening. But then, guess what? It happens. Because now it's in the upright. The same card, the beautiful 7 of Pentacles, is in the upright position. So it was a false belief. We have the 6 and then the 7 of Pentacles. This is great energy coming in. We have the 7 of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Devil. Okay. So these are all connected together, these 3 cards. It is strong energy. It's about breaking chains, breaking barriers to selfhood and to your sense of personal power. So when we have the Devil card, there is a sense of powerlessness and bowing down to a greater, I'm going to say greater power, bowing down, being... And I said the word entrapment earlier, connected to the Hanged Man in the reverse. Now we really have this sense of entrapment right here with the Devil. This is about chains, figuratively, and feeling bound to something. No one, when they get the Devil, these people are not in their power. They are chained. They are feeling controlled. It's exactly what I was saying with that sense of entrapment that we had down here. Now, I'm thinking for some of you, you're in a situation that you literally can't break away from because you don't feel like you are somehow not in control of the situation. I will say that for the most part, we are always in control of our choices, and we are always in control of our choices, what we decide to do, and our circumstances. Most of the time. I'm not going to say all the time, but I feel like that's a good message, is that realization will be very important in order to manifest the good things that are here for you to experience. The 7 of Wands in the reverse is a sense of defensiveness that is time to let go of. It's 7, 7, 7. Okay? So the sevens represent challenges in our lives. So these are things that it's like a level we have to defeat. So, and the level that you need to defeat is actually defeatism itself, a sense that you are already defeated when you're really not. My dear Taurus, you are not defeated. You are not defeated. I can't say I'm not getting a strong sense of another person, but if you're in a love relationship that you're finding challenging and burdensome, and if this is where this entrapment is coming from, is a connection that you can't seem to break away from, I think that putting up the block is going to be a good thing for you. It's going to be important to make your boundaries known. If you've experienced having poor boundaries in the past, now is the time to really get in touch with what your boundaries truly are. So where does this adventure come in? We have the adventure card. I'm feeling so much more called to this power card here for you guys for December, but we do have adventures here. So what adventure is lying in await for you? Whatever it is, and if you have one in mind, and it can literally involve traveling, I mean, this is a general reading, so I'm not sure. For each of you, it's going to be different on what this adventure means to you. But it's going to occur once we release this sense of entrapment. You are not feeling like you can defend yourself. And you're feeling like you're being attacked. And you're also feeling like you don't have the power to defend yourself. You're being tied to something that you feel that you don't have control over. We need to have a paradigm shift in this way. We need to shift our sense of empowerment. That's in the best circuit way in doing that is going to be accessing your emotions. When we go into the hermit mode, and it's an internal experience, accessing those emotions is going to be so important for you. Now on the flip side, we have great energy over here. We have the Ten of Cups, we have the Six of Pentacles. So there is the support that you need out there. It's there. I almost want to get one more card for if there's a person linked to those, because so strange. I'm not getting a person. Can I get a person if there's a person linked to the Ten of Cups, please? Can I get a person for my Taurus? Who's my Taurus dealing with? Who is my Taurus dealing with? Can I please get a person and their energy? Okay, so we have Justice that has come out. Are you dealing with a Libra? So this is also about the scales. Isn't that interesting? So those of you who are dealing with somebody, it's so fascinating how we have this sense of entrapment over here. But then over here, so much great stuff, so much great energy. So we have the scales of justice. And here with the Six of Pentacles, he's holding the scales. So there's such a balance to this connection. An equal give and take. It's something that you're deserving of. Perhaps it's somebody who hasn't had an equal give and take with you in the past. And so it feels like you're getting a sense of justice when they start to give more and you have to give less. So what I'm feeling is that here on the right, we have your experience in life in general. And then down here is this person who is in your life. And like I was saying before, that you might have someone in your life who is supportive, but they're just not supportive in the way that you need. That's this person here. They're coming through as a Libra or a water sign for me. Does not have to be. That's just kind of what I'm picking up on for some of you. So we have this person and they want to give to you. They want you to feel emotionally supported. They want supported and they want you to feel happy. They really want to have this sort of dream with you, this emotional bond, this like the ultimate emotional bond, intimacy, and connection that leads to basically a family in the future, things like that. But they're more on the emotional side as right now, as opposed to the stability side where the Ten of Pentacles might come out. Though I think I saw the Ten of Pentacles. Yes, Ten of Pentacles is in your past in the reverse. King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think in the past, this person hasn't really offered you a lot of structure, but you've really hoped for it. So I think that's what's going on with your story with this person is this is somebody who you care about a lot and who cares about you. But in the past, they have not been offering you structure, support, the things that you need. Or alternatively, you have not offered that to them. And that would be because you're not feeling that sense of empowerment that you would need to feel in order to offer those things to them. You're not in that sense. You're trying to figure out your life and to figure out your own personal power. And if you're not in that, how can you really offer these things to that person? So it can be either way. You'll decide for your own story. If you are the person who just could not offer that super structured reliability, sort of that future with this person, or if they were not able to offer that to you. So that's kind of what I'm getting for the past. And there's just this walking away vibe, just kind of almost wanting to drop the whole thing. But I wouldn't just yet. And I don't think you were going to anyway. Because there's so much here on an emotional level. And you just feeling completely emotionally fulfilled by this person, at least in December. You're feeling very emotionally supported by them. They're giving to you equally. If they haven't in the past, they're offering things they haven't offered in the past. And it gives you a sense of justice. It makes you feel like you're being treated fairly. So that's great that you have that going on. But then, so it's going to be a time to focus on your own personal sense of empowerment. Maybe it's time to go on an adventure. If you do have this person and everything's going well in a emotional perspective, within your relationship with this person, maybe it's time to go on an adventure with this person. Maybe they've been wanting to go on an adventure with you, but you just haven't felt like you're in a position in life to do that. So those are some things to think about, my dear Taurus. I'm going to read this Adventures card to you to close out our reading, okay? Okay. Something exciting is around the corner. You are entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. Begin to look at your world in a new and different ways. Something that you thought was mundane, or someone whom you may have overlooked, will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency, which we can see with the Hangman energy here when it's in the reverse. Very complacent, very stagnant energy. And a sense of powerlessness, being roped up. Roped up, yeah. Be willing to see the world in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you are ready to remove your blinders and take action. Remove your blinders and take action. So life doesn't become stagnant and lackluster. It also can signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages, which I do see in your future with the Hermit. So this adventure is going to be very different for each and every one of you, okay? It can be an adventure that is all about your own spiritual awareness and awakening. It can be an adventure with this person who has really wanted to get out there into the world, but you've been kind of not doing that, not feeling in a powerful enough place to really take that step, things like that. So time to really work on our personal sense of empowerment, access those emotions that make us feel a little, I almost want to say worthless, but low self-esteem, keeping us in a place of stagnancy, a place of feeling confined, controlled even by life circumstances. And we are going to get out of that energy in December, okay? So that's the goal for you, my dear Tauruses. I hope that this you enjoyed this reading and that it helped you a little bit, that it resonated. If you want to get more deep into the love situation, I'm going to do some pick a card readings after I'm done with the monthlies. I'm almost done with the monthlies. And I also have a few pick a card readings for love that I've already done. Just a few. This is a new channel, so I'm still building those, but they are timeless if you want to check those out. So yeah, I really wish the best for you, my dear Taurus, or anybody else who felt called to this reading. Thank you so much, and till next time. Bye.